Hello! Thanks in advance for watching my autoethnography. My name is Denise Johnson, and this is my story. Once upon a time... Just kidding. This is my family. I'm the eldest of 2 daughters in this household. I say that because I have a half-brother and a half-sister that I keep forgetting about. I know, that's bad. Growing up, my parents instilled in me a love of learning. Although they weren't super involved in my school life, they did make sure that our home environment was an educational one. That's Daddy. He lives in Las Vegas now, but we still talk often. I will always be Daddy's girl. My dad made learning fun by giving my sister and me impromptu quizzes at the dinner table. He would write an algebra problem on our fast food napkins, and we would work to solve them. This was in elementary school. Then, once we had the concept mastered, he'd present a more difficult math problem. When we would get stuck, he'd use the opportunity to teach us a new skill. This is Mommy. My mom made sure we knew how important education was. She pretty much ran the house, and we knew not to bring home any grades lower than a B. Her biggest in-home teaching was grammar. She made sure we used proper syntax in speaking and often corrected Daddy when he would use slang or poor grammar. And that's my little sister. Me and Jenny are very... Oh, right. Jenny and I are very close. As the big sister, I always looked out for her. Following the footsteps of my parents, I made sure that she learned from me as well. I was excited to pass on information that I learned in school and to share it with my young Padawan. My grandmother, aka Mama, also played a huge part in our out-of-school education. During the summers, my cousins and I spent the weekdays at Mama's house. She hosted a kids' reading club for us, and we read literally 6 hours a day, but we enjoyed it because we were there together. Thanks to my family and upbringing, I excelled in school. I was usually the best reader in class. I generally got the most gold stars and the highest grades. I really loved school. My mom always taught me that I could do anything and be anything if I put my mind to it. With that backing me, I was almost fearless. I tried it all. Handstands, flips, you name it. I still do crazy stuff even today. I tried surfing once. Yeah, no. I even tried this crazy move. Look at the style and grace there. Now here's my attempt.
Ready? How do I even get up there? Okay, ready? Catch me!
At least Jenny broke my fall. I've scaled mountain walls. I attempted to swim the raging rapids. I even jumped out of a plane, and that was amazing. My mom told me I could be anything I wanted to be. And I wanted to be a teacher. Ugh, my hopes and dreams. As much as I love children, I was told not to become a teacher because they don't make any money. Now here is where I take a more critical look at my home life. I was a happy kid, spoiled but thankful. My parents took us to amusement parks and we had plenty of toys. Each Christmas, my mom would warn us that it would be a small Christmas this year. As I remember it, I usually got everything I asked for, and each year the tree was more and more filled. But the truth is, my parents didn't make a lot of money. They worked hard, which is why we spent so much time with my grandmother. My mom was a secretary. My dad was a construction worker who was often laid off due to rain or I don't know what. They wanted to save me from their fate. Instead of a teacher, I decided I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor. After reading one law book in the kids' reading club, I changed my mind. We were middle class, which is to say that we made too much money to get assistance, but not enough money to alleviate the struggle. My parents fought often over finances, and other things, but that's another story for another day. When I was almost 16 years old, they divorced. Despite the upheaval in my household, I continued to do well in school. I was an undercover nerd, but I couldn't let my intelligence show because that wasn't the cool thing to do. I slacked off a bit, but that's only because the teachers did not seem to be invested in our learning. I still got A's without doing homework, and that's also another story for another day. I grew scared as high school graduation approached because I didn't know what the real world had in store for me. Mommy insisted I go to college immediately after high school, even though I needed a break. I obeyed and enrolled at San Jose State as a psychology major. I enrolled for a full year and earned 0 units. And that, my friends, is another story for another day. After some time away, I found myself at Chabot College. Still with a love for children, I avoided anything related to teaching since I was told that it's not a fruitful endeavor. I tried majoring in accounting, then in speech, and I finally found my way to early childhood development as a major. The child development courses led me to my dream job as an early childhood specialist at the Chabot College Children's Center. But I later quit because I wanted to make more money. After pursuing jobs that I was not even qualified for, I let God take over. That's when I started at Cal State East Bay as a student. I earned my undergraduate degree in human development, with a focus in early childhood, of course, and a year later I was working as a temp in the president's office. After floating around a bit as a temp, I landed in the provost's office. I totally love my job, and after being there for a few years, I was recently promoted. And now I'm here. I may not be a teacher, but I work to serve students, and through the EDD program, I hope to serve them better. And don't worry, I still get to enjoy working with children because I serve on the children's ministry at church. I may have gone the roundabout way, but I still wound up in the field of education. I should not have let anyone else determine the direction of my dreams. Money isn't everything. Sometimes you have to follow your heart.